Hey there, traders. Welcome back to forexpropfirm.com. I'm Valentine, your host for today's insightful discussion. We have a special guest joining us for an exclusive interview. Get ready to gain insider knowledge, learn proven strategies, and discover the secrets to trading success. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into this insightful conversation with our guest trader. Get ready to take your trading to the next level. Let's turn our attention to our guest for today, Divisthi. Divisthi has a 25k funded account. Let's give a warm welcome to him and dive right in. Divisthi, please introduce yourself to our YouTube community.
So, hello everybody. My name is Dr. Divisthi Singh. I am a doctor by profession and a trader by passion. So, I've been into trading for the last 3 years, and I'm from India. And I just recently cleared the $25,000 funded account from forexpropfirm.com. So, hopefully, waiting to clear more accounts and get more money. Let's go for it. Let's start the discussion, bro.
Okay, perfect. So, how long have you been trading for?
So I started trading during the COVID 2020 actually, because at that point of time the hospitals were closed initially and I was in college at that time. So sitting free, I thought it's a good time to test the markets because it all crashed, and I was like, it's a good opportunity to invest. When you go into investing, you find trading, and then you come into Forex, and then it's just a journey, uphill. So yeah, it's been 3 years since I've been into trading, and I've been profitable for the last 2 years, so it's going good.
Wow, that's good. Yeah, I think so many people I'm talking to started during the COVID pandemic because, yeah, most of the people were at home and they were looking for something to do. So, yeah, good to hear. But it's crazy to hear that you've been profitable since 2 years. So that meant you traded for 1 year, and after that 1 year, you were profitable, right?
Yeah, correct.
Wow, that's
So
good. That's good.
So what I believe is you always have to give something to the market to gain
Mhm.
something from the market. So initially, the 1 year that I had some losses, now at that point of time, it felt these are big losses because it was close to $1,000. But then I understood that that money can be made back easily when you're good at what you're doing. So then I stopped trying to recover my money and I went into just, going for it. And then
Yeah.
that was easy. $1,000 is like not that hard right now. So
Yeah.
it feels good about that. So yeah, market always takes something from you to give you something bigger. You just got to be ready for that.
Yeah. The thing is, what I'm always putting myself into state of mind is, even when I have a losing trade, there is always someone on the other side that is making money out of the market. So there are really levels to get into trading, but it's really inspiring to hear that it only took you 1 year to get profitable. Really good.
Yeah. So actually, I got into this mindset very quickly that stop loss is not my failure. It's
Yeah.
just that out that success rate today is not my day, right? And
Yeah.
the best thing that I actually, so this is this is the thing I loved about Forex prop firm is that they have a 12% drawdown, right? There is no daily drawdown. So
Mhm.
normally when I used to trade funded on other websites, there was a 4% daily drawdown. And I'm a guy who works with 1% risk and 2% total risk, right? So
Yeah.
for me, 2 bad days means I'd be worried because 5% or 8% maximum drawdown is very less, right? I just need one good trade to cover it all up, but I need that time and that space. So
Yeah.
that's what I got in this funded accounts. I was very happy. Fun fact, I cleared the first one on first day itself, first phase in 1 day. So I was
Wow.
like, that was a good day. Second phase,
Wow.
took some time.
That's good. Wow, really nice. So, would you consider yourself a day trader, a scalper, or a swing trader?
So actually, what happens is that I have tried scalping, but it's
Mhm.
not my style because I feel like my analysis works better when I'm trying to stick to it, right? When I'm with it till the end. So intraday is what works for me. But yeah, I have been a very good swing trader as well. This I noticed recently. I've been doing intraday only. Swing trading has been something that I wanted to learn. I tried. It worked pretty well. But then again, you get a bit greedy with the returns because swing is giving you like 10% a month, and then intraday is giving you more than that sometimes. So those things collide. But yeah, right now I'm an intraday trader who swings sometimes depending on whether how the market conditions are. So
Yeah.
like recently I took a swing trade in gold, which worked out pretty well because I knew it was going to test the patience. So I had to go to swing. Intraday, it won't give me that much move. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of conditional. I've never gone to scalping because I think scalping is for people who are hyper focused and have a much better risk management than mine,
Yeah.
because the quantity is going to be huge. And the first time I blew a funded account, it was actually in gold because of the news my SL was skipped. So I am very scared of that. So I never do scalping. I can't take that risk.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so if you consider yourself a day trader, how many trades do you take per week on average?
I think 6 to 8 trades a week.
Okay, okay. So
It used to be more.
more than one trade per day on average, right?
Sometimes actually it used to be more, but what happened is I have recently started focusing on one index because I felt that if you can dominate one index, that's what makes you money.
Yeah,
Going in different indexes and different currencies won't make you money always, right? And every index has a nature of its own. So like gold has a very notorious nature. USD JPY has a very free flowing nature. This is what I have felt. So I think if you're focusing on one, it makes you more money because you know what's gonna happen. You know why you hit your SL. So that more means more to me. So right now I've changed it. At first I had a big list, used to mark everything, set alerts on everything, wait, take every trade. And that too sometimes I notice that I am long in gold but short in Euro USD. And
yeah,
that can't it shouldn't be like that. They are kind of moving together like somewhat behind and forward.
yeah.
So that's why now I'm focusing only on one. That's what I've changed about myself. That's what helped me clear this funded also.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's better to really focus on one pair, especially because one pair is definitely going to offer you more than enough opportunities to trade. And in my opinion, it was the same for me. When I started out, I had like my watch list was that big. There were 30 pairs on it. I was skipping through that, and you will find a trade every time on every pair. But the thing is, most of the times, it's not that high probability. And over the years, I was trying to really filter out the conditions where I'm doing my best and the setups are high probability for me. So now I'm taking 2 to 3 trades per week and I have like 2 hours of chart time in total. I'm totally not stressed out about the charts and I'm just taking high probability trades, which in fact was the thing why I started out trading, because I wanted to trade for freedom and not to be a slave in front of the charts, which I did in my first years. So after that, I really understood that. And it's good to hear that you were looking to one index only. And you see that the funded account that you cleared is, yeah, it's like the thing that you did that and you came out as a winner, you know? So
Yeah.
it's a good
So
thing.
I want to be where you are right now. I
Yeah.
want to be in that particular space of mind that 2 to 3 trades a week works. Right now, I'm getting 1 to 2 per day. I want to minimize it, go into a bigger time frame, catch bigger moves instead of, I understood very quickly that 1 minute is not for me.
Yeah.
I can't do 1 minute trading. I went to 15 minutes. 15 minutes is working pretty well. I want to shift to 1 hour so that I just get 1 to 2 trades in 2 3 days and the
Yeah.
movement is bigger. So basically, yeah, I want to be where you are right now because it also helps that, I'm in the morning, I'm in the hospital, evening, I want to trade. So I have to manage that also. So I think that works for me more. So yeah,
Definitely.
right now,
Yeah.
when I heard you that, it's pretty inspiring also for me because I want to achieve that.
Yeah. And I think if you say you're trading in the evening, India time, it's like New York session, right? When you're trading in the evening.
Yeah, it's New York session.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. So you can go to the hospital in the morning and in the evening you can trade. I think that is perfectly fine. And what I just said is you're going to be a lot less stressed because if you look at the charts, I'm looking at the charts in the evening prior to that. I'm looking and I'm planning my trade. If something happens, I have my alert set. And if the market, I'm trading Euro USD only. If Euro USD is doing that, I'm acting on that. If it's not doing what I initially wanted to see, I'm not taking a trade and I'm totally off the charts for the day. And that is the thing. You can really be so, you can go on with your daily life and not look at the charts at all and be totally profitable, because my profitability went up after I decreased the amount of trades that I took. Because what I realized is the most times I traded where it was like 5 to 10 trades a week, above 50% of the trades were low probability. And I filtered out in what situations I'm not trading that good, which is in consolidations. That is the reason why I only took one trade in the last 2 weeks on Euro USD, because it was range bound for me. And I think that is the important thing to filter out over the years, in which market conditions you're not trading that good, and to step away from that, because protecting your capital is the highest thing of importance. And yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, so what you're saying is so correct. I so agree with you, because recently I was taking mentorship sessions for a YouTuber in India. So what I saw in the students is that when you're sitting in front of the chart, you will find something that you want to trade on.
Yeah.
And it's not what you analyzed, but you'll find something. You'll think, oh, this is close to, like, if you're sitting, you'll draw a trend line and you'll see it breakout. If you're
Yeah.
sitting, you'll see the small time frame OB, you will find it. So it's better if you're off the charts, because then you're not instigated to take a trade, right? You trade when your conditions are met, and it's better to play on your home ground than playing just randomly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's very right. Yeah.
Okay. So what is your most favorite trading pair? You said you're trading an index. What is your most favorite trading pair there?
So actually in indexes, I trade Indian indexes mostly.
Okay.
So there's an index called Bank Nifty here, which is very wild. So it's quite good. I trade that. But recently I've stopped Indian markets and I'm focusing on Forex. So in this, I am trading gold only.
Yeah.
And I've seen that gold works for me. Like, 8 out of 10 times, gold is listening to what I want. Like when I want it to take the liquidity and go up, it does that. So I'm very happy with what it's doing right now. So I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as it's performing good for you, why should you switch that? I think if you really focus in on that pair, and it really matches your trading time as well, as you said, if you're trading in the evening Indian time, it's perfect for you to trade gold.
So what's fun is that evening when the US session starts, initially the first 4 hours, even the London session is open, right? So that London close and US opening volume together gives a very nice move. So for us, Indian evening in Forex is pretty exciting. It always gives, like gold has been range bound for some time previously. So there was a breakout recently, right? That also happened in the evening. I was very happy with it.
Yeah. Okay, great. So now let's talk a little bit about your trading plan. Could you briefly describe your trading plan and what is it that you're looking for on the charts?
I will tell a bit about my journey. What happened is I was a price action trader initially, and then I was profitable with price action. But then I thought, like, I love consuming data, right? So I started learning about SMC. Right now, I am learning about ICT also a bit. So maybe 1 month I may bring some changes to my style. So what I do is initially, whenever I open the chart, first I go on daily for time frame, and I mark supply and demand zones, and if some major trend line is to be there. Normally, then I refine those zones in 1 hour time frame. After that, in 1 hour, I draw where the liquidity is, and then I shift to 15 minutes. All my entries are 15 minutes, and I try to focus on liquidity grabs because that always gives a good move, and most of the retailers get trapped there also.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, and the fun thing is, I found this clinch in the, chink in the armor, that if you find a 15 or 5 minute OB and there is liquidity below that, that OB is always broken. So where people are trying to buy, I wait for it to hit their SL and then I enter.
Yeah.
So this has worked also for me pretty well. So basically, yeah, my pattern is that I see where the trend is also. So this is what has helped me, because I am drawing supply demand zones using price action.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm studying the trend using smart money concepts, because on 1 hour, when you see where the continuation of higher highs and higher lows is there, you know which side the market is going. So it helps a lot. And if I try to tell you the biggest move that I've caught, that has been in, a confluence of everything. Because what was happening was, on 1 hour time frame, gold was bullish. On 15 minutes, it was bearish. So what I did was, on 1 hour, I put a fib on it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
from the golden pocket, I took the call side. And then it worked so well because the liquidity grab happened there, and people who were trading on smaller time frames were bearish. So their SL was also hit. So it gave a very major move. I think that in one day I made some $3,000. So for a 25K account, that was pretty good.
That's good.
So yeah,
Crazy.
I keep it very simple. I don't try to make it complex. I don't use any indicators. I just look at what the market is wanting to do, right? Because the market, if it wants to go up, it needs some fuel. What is fuel? Liquidity.
Yeah.
So I wait for that gap.
Great. I think you definitely you are understanding a lot about the markets, and what I really like is that you're combining the time frames. For me, it's the same. If you start with the higher time frame, like the daily, if I open up the chart and I look at Euro USD on the daily, I immediately see if I'm going to take a trade or not, based on how the daily is trading. I'm a smart money concepts trader as well, and that is the thing. If you are taking the confluence of the different time frames and align that together, you can really trade basic concepts, like you said, like with a fib and just a retracement, because it works. And the thing is, when I started out, what I did is I really overcomplicated everything. I learned everything about ICT, about fair value gaps, breakers, order blocks, whatever. But the thing is, over the years, I really not added things to my trading plan. I subtracted things and I really focused on the basics, because that is what makes you profitable at the end of the day. Even if you really know everything about the markets, it really the basics that are going to make the markets move. And I really like that about your trading style.
Yeah, I prefer to keep it simple. Now, since
Yeah.
you told me you're an SMC trader, I can explain it also better for you. Like, I love pullback entries.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like breakout. I like pullbacks. So if there is a breakout with a fair value gap, I wait for the retail pullback and I enter there. So that gives me a smaller SL also, because the breakout candle's low is the SL, and the fair value gap, that like reduces your SL from 10 pips to directly 3 pips. That's one third the SL. So my
Yeah.
risk reward is amazing. And since I'm risking just 1%, so for me the risk is $250 per trade.
Mm-hmm.
So for 3 pips, that's like I can buy one lot of gold if I push it a little bit, right? And
Yeah.
that is a lot of money. If you get 10 to 15 pips also, that's a 1:5 risk reward in a very short period of time. So yeah, SMC and price action confluence has been working very well. But like you said, daily time frame, bigger time frame clarity is very important.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, it's gonna be very tough.
Yeah. If I don't have an idea what the weekly or the daily time frame is doing, I'm really considering to not trade the week at all, to really leave 1 week of the charts completely, because I know that it was going to be low probability. And if I look at intermarket relationships with, let's say, dollar, GBP, US dollar, with the bond market and interest rates, I can see immediately if there is a symmetry in price. And if there is a symmetry, I'm going to trade. If I see that there is no symmetry in price, I'm going to leave off the charts, because I know that it's low probability environment to trade for me. And by doing that, I can really save a lot of mental capital for me to really focus on the high probability trades.
Yeah, so I read this book called Market Wizards actually. So
Mm-hmm.
there was a very good line that, a good trader is the one who knows when not to trade.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah, it's so important, because when I started out, I was trying to trade every day, to trade London session, to trade New York session, but what really happens is it's going to burn you out, and your mental capital is going to be spent completely, let's say, Tuesday already, when the week is just 2 days in. And that is the reason I'm not trading Mondays. I'm only considering trading between Tuesday and Thursdays, And between that, I'm going to refine it even further. And it's most of the times I only trade one session per week. And I look at the economic calendar and frame my trade around that. So if I do my weekly outlook on the weekend, let's say I see a high probability news release, I already know that I'm going to trade around that session on that day because the volatility there is going to be higher and the chances for price to move in a specific direction is a lot higher than, let's say, if you trade Monday without any news release, you know?
So even I love trading news, but I do it a bit differently. I start analyzing the data.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, if it's gonna be CPI data, I start reading all the news articles, right? And I find them and what is the data predicted by 10 different people, 10 different websites. I make an average of it, like which is the
Yeah.
closest, right? Because sometimes the predictions are off by a lot, and some one guy predicted the correct thing. So I take an average of that, and just 1 minute before the news, I take a very small quantity because you can't risk huge, right? Newses can make you rich or just take you down with them. So
Yeah.
I take a very small lot and I sit for just for 10 seconds. Let's see what's happening. So that volatility pays off good. I also found this tactic actually you can see. So what I've seen is every beginner wants a strategy, right? They want you give them some strategy, they'll do that dot to dot and they'll make money.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned this with the very hard way after learning all the strategies from silver bullet to whatnot. That strategies don't make you money. It's your risk management and what your thought process is for that particular currency, right? So
Yeah.
what I do is sometimes if I see that some conditions for some strategy is forming, I trade against it. Because if I and you know the strategy, even the smart money knows the strategy. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I take a very small risk and I trade against it. That I because I know that the retailers may be trapped. So I take a very small risk like $50 and all. And I've made good money out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that works also.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, nice. So let's talk a little bit about your trading history and your journey. Could you share a challenge that you've faced in your first year when you started out with trading?
So when I started trading, like every beginner, I just wanted quick money, right? How do people
Mm-hmm.
get into trading? They think it's quick money. So first I took some guy's course and I started learning. I learned the basic candlesticks and I was like, wow, the market is simple. And I just got some cash from my dad and I started trading and boom, everything became zero.
Yeah.
Then I started searching YouTube for all the strategies that are possible. And I have tried every strategy. I can tell you that. Like, if there is an Indian YouTuber who has given a strategy, I have tried that. And I have respectfully failed all of them because you can't make money off a strategy,
Yeah.
right? So, after this, I was thinking that, okay, there is some problem with my approach because everything can't go wrong together, right? So one day I sat and I thought about it and I was like, okay, because I'm sticking to a particular pattern, it won't work because market is, it's a combination of a million minds. So many people trading together. You can't predict somebody precisely that, okay,
Yeah.
it is going to go to point 0.5 because it's a billion minds. You can't do that. Then I was like, okay, I have to change my approach. I have to get a better understanding of the markets. Then I started focusing on market structure and trends. When I moved to that, I saw okay, that if you're with the trend, you'll make money. How you can maximize that gain, that depends on your risk management and your entries and exits. So, first, I started riding the trend. When the trend started working for me, I was like, okay, now my stop losses are too big and I'm just getting 1:1, 1:2. This is not great for, if you want to be profitable because bad days are going to be there. So I have to increase my profitability. So I have to refine my entries. Then I started looking at okay, so if the trend is continuing, there is a pullback. You have to enter on the pullback with the swing low SL. So the biggest challenge for me was psychologically accepting that I am wrong. The knowledge that I have is not, perfect. I have to change everything about the style of trading because it wasn't even a style, it was just something copied, right? I believe every trader trades different. If I am giving you the same scenario and myself the same thing, like okay, Euro USD is range bound, tomorrow it's gonna break out. We both know it's gonna break out, and we both sit for it. you'll make different amount of money, I'll make different amount of money. Our
Yeah,
entries may be a little bit off, similar but a little bit off, because you're a different person, you have different approach to the market, so you can't copy anybody. You
yeah,
have to sit the market, you have to back test it. And I believe front testing is more important than back testing. What has
definitely.
worked for me the best is that using $10 to test the market with 0.01 lots. Because once again, virtual and demo accounts, they don't help you, because you're never going to lose the money, there is no fear. You're
Yeah,
never going to make that money, there is no happiness, right? So you need to do front testing after back testing, that too with your own money, so that you know there is something at stake. When I started doing that, okay, I was like, okay, what if I make this $20 into 30? That will be amazing. So the day I achieved that, I was like, okay, I'm doing something good, let's go ahead with it. So I
hmm,
believe, yeah, that is a big challenge and everybody should change that. What we do is we go on TradingView, back test. Okay, we enter here, we exit here. But when you're sitting live, it's different. You don't know where it's gonna go, right? So that changed a lot for me.
okay. Yeah, I think that is one thing that I tried out as well. I'm not a big fan of backtesting. I really like to put my thoughts down in my trading journal, to do it in the morning, to say what I'm looking for, and by doing that and comparing that in the evening to what I was looking for initially, you will definitely learn a lot more about the markets than by any mentor. In my opinion, you should get a good mentor, learn from him, use the strategy and put it into TradingView and create your own approach for that as well, and to really learn from the markets, because the markets are going to be the best mentor you can get, because you can learn out of everything. And when I started out, I was blaming the markets when I took a loss, but I switched that mindset to the market is always right. If I took a loss, it is really because I'm off-sided. My bias was just not right, and I'm analyzing every loss into the smallest detail to know how I can avoid it the next time. And that is what really increased my profitability, because I started to trade less but focus on more high probability. And as you said, you really need to create your own system, view the charts as you would, as you said, you're going to view it differently than me. And that is the most important thing, to do your own analysis and not trust anybody with your money, especially because I lost a lot of money when I started out. I was trading support and resistance zones, and I thought I figured everything out and trading is really easy. And I lost 5 figures, which were my spare expenses, in just a couple minutes. And I was sitting there thinking about what I just did. And after that, I swore to myself to really learn a lot about the charts. And after that, it just really increased and get better by the day. And I think you really need to get through challenges like this. And you talked about that as well, that you lost money in the first place and you thought that trading is going to make you rich. And I think a lot of people start out with that mindset. So that is definitely something you need to overcome.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give a very controversial statement maybe. For the beginners, support resistance is a sham. Market doesn't work from a single point. That's why I believe in zones,
Yeah,
because okay, that zone can help. But exactly if you draw a line and you're thinking, okay, it'll tap and it'll go, that doesn't work, because I have suffered from that. And it was a very sad thing, because that was the first thing I learned. And I was like, wow, I'm going to make money. And then I was like, oh, there is no money.
yeah, yeah, that's
So
so
I
true.
think, yeah, people should focus on zones. That's better. But yeah,
Hmm.
what has helped me the most is this thing, trend analysis on daily time frame and weekly
Hmm.
time frame. Because what I do is I sit every Sunday and I draw the charts and the zone and everything for on daily time frame. I don't go into smaller time frames. Then when the Monday market opens, I go into smaller time frames and I see what the structure is in the making, whether it's with the conclusion I came to on Sunday or it's different. If it's different, means it's just an internal swing, so I have to find a good place to enter, because it's gonna go my way. If it doesn't, then it's a small SL.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay, the last question I'm going to ask you is what recommendations do you have for someone that is just starting out with trading?
If someone is just starting out with trading, I'd say to them that first thing, trading doesn't get you capital. Trading helps you grow your capital. Don't try to think that I'll come with $100, make a million, and then I'm set for life. You have to get some good amount of capital to grow it. Growing is what's possible. Making money from trading from scratch is not possible because you need to have the capability to take risks. Risks come from taking some losses and some profits, so you have to have that breathing space. And I'd say that don't jump to conclusions. Watch and listen to experienced people. If somebody is experienced, they have gone through something. Initially, when we are teenagers, we think that we are the smartest, the generation above us doesn't know much, but that's not how it works. Those guys are in there, they have made money, and someone who has lost also has some experience to offer. So I say listen to what people say, analyze it, get to your own conclusions, and stick to it. And don't backtest much. Backtest, front test the data with some little amount of money. Like you can trade forex with $10, taking very small capital also with some leverage. So I'll say just front test whatever you want, so that you know what you lost because of your mistakes, and you correct that initially itself. Because when it's not 10, it's $10,000. It doesn't affect you. You're there and you're making money.
Yeah, you made some really good points with that. Okay, perfect. So that's it for today. Thank you so much, Divisthi, for sharing your valuable insights and experiences with us today. And to our viewers, if you found this interview helpful and informative, be sure to check out more content like this on the forexprogram.com YouTube channel. Once again, thank you, Divisthi, and thank you to all our viewers for tuning in. Remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest interviews and trading insights. Until next time, happy trading.